And that
Hey,
was episodes one and two of Visions of a Vivid Life. We have the director, writer, creator of that series right here. Am I pointing the right way this time? Yes, I am.
yes, you are.
Levi,
Yes,
how
you
you
are.
doing?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you doing? Happy birthday,
Thank
actually.
you, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for letting us show these first two episodes. This is the online premiere of the series. But even before all of this, you've been having a really good response at at other festivals. You've won a couple of awards as well. How's that been for you?
It's been new, and I had a bit of imposter syndrome for a little bit, being like, "Why is this happening?" But it happens anyway. So I'm just really happy that the whole crew, because we had such an amazing time making it, can all have something to say for the actual product. I was in this thing, and
Yeah.
it was good.
So we've got there's another two episodes of this, and you literally just finished editing the third and fourth episodes today, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's two more episodes for this season, which is really the end of the story, at least this story. And we just finished part four today. No one even knows that apart from like me and the editor. So,
And now, all the
So
people
I've
who are
so I've just
watching,
revealed a big secret. Cool.
yeah.
Sam, you're really bad at this.
But
Secret
oh,
keeping.
thank you. I've always found web series like a really strange format because they're always quite sort of. It's a very fluid format because there isn't just like a set way of doing it. What made you decide that a web series would be almost like the best way for you to tell this story?
Um, I think it was the format in the first place that made me want to tell the story. Because I thought I could probably write something that's a bit more interesting than if I did a short film, because I have more freedom, more time, and I can. Each episode is sort of like its own little film, so everyone could bring something to each one. Like you watched episode one and two there, they're like completely different. And the episodes after are just like that, and hopefully it gets even better and better. I think it does. But yeah, that was why.
The episodic thing is really helpful. To be honest, it's almost like it gives you a sense of anticipation for the next one. And like you can inject a sense of, ooh, what's this about? And I think that's a nice way of storytelling because by the second one we're like, ooh, what is going on here now? Like it's like,
Yeah, I think like each episode, the audience doesn't know what it's going to be about at the beginning of the episode, and you just
yeah,
don't get that if you do a short film. So they can watch episode one, they're like, "What is this?" And it's just like plot. And they can watch episode two and be like, "Okay, we're gonna get a continuation of the plot, right?" And it's like, "No, we're gonna go into the characters and all this other stuff, and some of what we can see what they're fighting for in a certain way, what the arena is, and it keeps growing in every episode." Yeah.
So the whole series is going to be coming out on its own YouTube channel. When can we expect to see that and the other two episodes?
The first two episodes come out together on the 17th of July, and then episode three is the week after, which is like the 26th of July, and then part four is the week after that, so that's the 2nd of August. Yeah, and they're all about
and what was
Oh,
7 minutes.
okay?
okay.
And what was it like with the casting and what was your process of making sure that you
My
get the right
process.
people for the job?
Um, Matt, who plays Kafka, he was already going to be that. He was in my first short film for a scene, and I actually did cinematography on a film that he was in, and I just always liked him, and I thought we worked really well. So I told him I was going to write something for him, and that was this. Eventually, we got to make it. And then for Mako and Charlie, and another character who's in it later, we did like casting, and that is just basically my producer doing all the work and sending me all these like names and pictures, and I just look through all the pictures and I'm like, no, nope, 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 and like, oh, this person looks exactly like the character. I hope they're good at acting. And then I got to meet them. And everyone I met, actually, because I met Nicole first, and she got the role. I basically knew she was Mako. And with Lily, I really didn't want to cast her for a long time, because she was exactly what I was looking for. And sometimes you don't really want that. Sometimes you want something different. Like the name of the first episode. And so I looked at all these other actors, nothing worked out, and eventually my producers were like, you have to cast her. And I met her, and she was amazing, and she's amazing in the show.
I think Nicole posted something in the chat which popped up for a second, but apparently emojis do not work on the. There are no emojis on this show, unfortunately.
We're just gonna assume they were like rainbow hearts, love. Yeah. Sending them right back.
She was great.
So I think we've got a few more comments. Marie says, I'm all in on this web series. Had my attention and leaning in throughout. That is
good.
That is a pretty good compliment. Whoa, when or where is episode 3? I think what we'll do, I'll make sure that a link to the YouTube page where it'll be on, I'll make sure that's in the description. Or if the studio thinks they can find it, then maybe they can drop it in the chat. That is a challenge for them.
Yo, Levi, real talk. There was an upside down house. How the heck did you get an upside down house?
Okay, I'll tell you. So that whole opening sequence and all the like reveries, which are the memories, were shot by our cinematographer, Sina. Yeah. She was amazing, and she actually shot that footage before we shot the series. And when I was writing, I knew I wanted to work with her and use some of that footage. I didn't actually know that that was something she shot until I got all of her film rolls, and I just edited with stuff out of that. And I'd seen some pictures that she'd been to that house, and that there was an upside down like living room and stuff. It just looked cool, and that's actually her running in front of the house.
I see.
So it says that.
Yeah. No. So when you play with film, right, and then you get surrealness like that. Even this shot here, with all of the little flowers, the yellow, and just the way that you get that Technicolor film out, bruv, it was rough. I was happy with this episode.
So that was shot on film, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was Super 8, or maybe 16. I think it was 8.
Nice.
Still haven't seen that film. Super 8.
All right,
it's not even that.
I do just want to mention quickly that, again, Levi is another filmmaker that I have worked with before. In fact, the same film that me and Timmy worked on, me and Levi and Timmy all worked on. And one thing always comes to mind when I think about that shoot. There was one shot in that film which I was a producer on the film, and I basically like pushed for this shot, where it's like it was one long take where a character was supposed to be in one space and then reappear somewhere else, like all done in one smooth take. And I think we must have done about 15 takes of that, and we never quite got it.
That's so funny,
and
because
that stuck with me for a while.
That's so funny because I'll tell you, a lot of the shots on the series are like 15 takes. So all the mid shots you see, a lot of the close-ups, we would do like 10 or 15 takes each time, and the wides we do like almost 10 times. So I do a lot of takes. So that to me was just fine. It's just normal.
I think for me, I think it's because maybe we had a few shots that were like took less takes, and this was the one that we just sort of kept doing over and over again. Because I really did what I think that was the one point where I felt like a taskmaster. Because I was just like, again, you can see him in the shot. He shouldn't be in the shot yet. But I mean, the film still came out great. I mean, yeah. So Levi was the cinematographer on that one. Timmy was the director, and yeah, both of you guys, I would love to work with both of you again in the future.
Yeah, man,
Great.
definitely.
That's good.
I believe
should make
we
it happen.
have another question. I think we have another question in the chat.
Jeez.
Mana asks, when you write characters, are you set on the idea of how they look from the start, or is there any movement depending on who you audition?
Ooh.
That's a good question. Mako was meant to be mixed race, Asian, curly hair, thin lips, and then I met Nicole, and she was exactly that person. And she was from a feature script that I wrote like 3 years ago. So I knew that character like for a very long time. Matt was just Matt, and I knew he had long hair, and I wanted him to have braids a lot. And
What?
the other
You wanted a
characters-
white guy with braids?
I just thought it'd be really funny, and he has really long hair. And
Well,
I
at
just
least
thought,
it's not dreadlocks.
yeah. I just thought the characters would have different hairstyles to keep the hair, so he's not like always doing it. And some of the other characters, how they look, not really. I mean, I kind of know what I want, but I'm not like specific of that. This has to be the person. If the actor's good, then that's what I care about.
Levi's got visions of a vivid life. Now me, Levi's got the vision.
You don't know how many jokes
That was a
I've
really funny joke.
heard.
I'll leave you with one more question. Oh, you got another one? Go.
Bro, you. I don't know if the audience noticed, but my man's got no face on his arm, on his shoulder. You're gonna have to show. Listen, there's some Ghibli fans in the chat, you know. Hey, flex them muscles. Flex
Oh
them.
God, I feel like I'm being used.
Yeah, man, we need
Bro,
that.
it's like
clickbait.
you're
We need a good
making him
thumbnail.
perform for us.
We need a good thumbnail.
It's not even my favorite Ghibli film.
What is your favorite Ghibli film?
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and The Wind Rises is really good.
Yes, Wind Rises is fantastic, fantastic. But you're wrong because the best is Princess Mononoke.
That was my favorite,
Ooh,
but I watched Nausicaa again recently.
Yeah,
and I
Nausicaa's
just thought,
amazing,
actually,
but it's
this
not.
It's basically the same thing, but better.
Yeah, Nausicaa's not. This is the way I get around that argument. Nausicaa's not a Ghibli film. That's how I get away from it because it was
Fair enough.
before Ghibli.
and on
So-
that
Yeah.
note, I think maybe we should wrap this up. Because I'm sure both of you could talk Ghibli for hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do want to leave you with one last question from me. Without spoiling too much, what can we expect from the last two episodes?
You can expect a lot of character stuff, and a lot of story stuff, and a lot of surprises. Big surprises. And by the end, I hope that you'll really care about these people and these human beings and want to live with them, you know?
Cool, that sounds good. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those last 2 episodes. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Levi. Thank you for letting us show these episodes. And again, I'm really looking forward to watching the next 2 episodes, and I'm sure everyone watching is as well.
Thank you so much for having me and for showing them and doing this great thing for all these creatives. Lots of great films.
Yeah, man. It's about uniting creatives. It's about getting everyone together. It's about putting it out there. Yeah, man. We're Famalam. Family.
All right. Thank you very much, and we'll speak soon.
Bye.